A huge draft update coming up for the Rams this upcoming draft. They're on the verge of transforming their entire offense going into this next NFL season in the hopes of going for the Lombardi Trophy and dethroning the Eagles. Welcome back to another episode of Rams Digest. As you can see, it's a new face in front of the camera today. I am your new co-host, Joshua Finehirsh. I am not replacing the other Josh by any means. We are working together to create even more daily Rams content for you all. So make sure to subscribe so you do not miss out on any new content coming your way leading up to the draft. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, so please hit that button so we can hit it before the draft. Now, getting into our big story of today. A huge new draft update for a transformative prospect for this offense. According to Maurice Jones-Drew, big news broke today that he said on NFL Network about Tyler Warren, the generational tight end from Penn State University, a semifinal team in the college football playoff this past season. LA currently has 8 selections in the draft, including number 26, but without a second-round pick, the team might need a future first-rounder in order to move up the board to land Penn State tight end Tyler Warren, as we will have some trade scenarios coming up for you in just a bit. Snead has given up high draft picks before with the F them picks mentality that led the Rams to a Super Bowl, so it's not that far-fetched that this is something that they could potentially do to make the most of Matthew Stafford's last years here in the NFL. And Jones-Drew is right and then some. This article is from Yahoo Sports. If the Rams were to add Warren, he would single-handedly transform the Rams offense going into next season. And if we look even more, he immediately helps extend the careers of aging Tyler Higbee and Matthew Stafford. Whether they retire after this upcoming season is up to them. But if they wish to play beyond this point, Warren would allow Higbee to take some plays off throughout the regular season in order to stay healthy, and Stafford just has another weapon he can hit, avoiding sacks and hits, which is a bit of a struggle for him at this stage of his career. And if you think back to the Rams in 2021, this is something they did well that year, adding in just a bunch of different weapons for Stafford, including Odell Beckham Jr., who was instrumental to that Super Bowl run. And from a schematic standpoint, Warren can basically do anything: tight end, slot receiver, running back, fullback, you name it. He's even run trick plays at Penn State where he has thrown the ball, and Warren has great size for a tight end at 6'5.5", 256. He has an elite route tree, but sometimes he gets targeted a bit too early with contact in his routes, and that's something he has to work on, being able to avoid that early contact, play through it to make sure that his routes end up, materializing. As a tight end, he has sure hands, wide frame, playmaking abilities, just everything you want at the next level. He comes from a program with huge and documented careers for NFL caliber tight ends. Plus, he'd help the Rams run more tight end heavy sets, satisfying their offense and diversifying it. And also, he would be a great extra blocker for some Kyren Williams runs going into next year as well. Now, if we look at this as a player in the backfield, as I just said, he can serve as extra blocker to Stafford or to Kyren Williams. And if McVay wants to get creative, he could dial up plays that isolate Warren with a linebacker, which Warren absolutely dominated. If you remember that game against Boise State tried to use linebackers to stop him, and that did not work well whatsoever for them. And if the Rams land Warren, this is a massive step towards throwing a parade in LA, which would be the second time this decade for the Rams. And some more on Warren. He was the John Mackey Award winner, which means he was the best tight end in the country, and he was second team All-American. And if we look at his stats right here, he had 104 receptions, 1,200 yards, 11.9 yards per reception, and 8 touchdowns. Huge numbers for Tyler Warren. Big-time red zone threat as well, which the Rams will need after losing Cooper Kupp, and Devontae may take a little bit of time to adjust to the McVay system. This would be key. Now to the juicy part of this topic, the trade up for Warren. Now, if we look at the draft order going into this year's draft, obviously we know what the top 5 are: Titans, Browns, Giants, Patriots, Jaguars. Those teams, only the Jaguars would take Warren. However, I did a mock draft for fun, as a lot of football fans do, going into the NFL draft. Not my final one just yet. I had the Bears taking Warren at 10. Again, I just don't see the Jaguars going tight end that high when they have a lot of other problems. The Bears could use that tight end, maybe trade Cole Kmet, because Warren has a higher ceiling with Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson over there. for the Rams to trade up all the way from 26, as you can see from this picture, it definitely would take their first-round pick this year, a third-round pick at least, one of their 2 third-round picks, potentially a couple later-round picks, or a high draft pick next year to help sweeten the deal for Tyler Bourne. And if the Rams perform as well as I think they can heading into this year, they should easily trade those picks. The F them picks mentality worked a few years back. There's no reason why it can't work again. And this doesn't mortgage everything. We're not mortgaging everything for a number 1 overall pick like they did for Jared Goff when they first came back to LA. This is for now a complimentary piece, but for the future, a potential 1-2 punch with Puka Nacua heading into the future, as this is an amazing start for the Rams if they're able to land Tyler Bourne. And hey, make sure to like this video. Like this video for the Rams to land Tyler Bourne. Higher chance of them landing him if you like this video. Try to get the message across to Les Snead. Now, that's not the only potential tight end the Rams could take in this draft class. There's another tight end out of Michigan, the second-ranked tight end in this class, Colston Loveland, who's expected to really just have an immediate impact as well, along with Tyler Bourne. Now, if we go more in depth on to Colston Loveland right here, the Rams' 2025 draft picks are more scattered throughout the days of the draft. For now, LA has 1 first-round pick, 2 third-round picks, 1 fourth, and 4 sixth-round picks. The Rams have been obviously day 3 demons lately in the draft, landing Puka Nacua a couple years ago. The selections can add a lot of depth to a team looking to get back to the Super Bowl. While the Rams don't have a ton of needs, there are some areas they should look to address early if they want to repeat, as we talked about. This week, before the first round begins, Sporting News, Vinny Iyer went through all 7 rounds of the draft and detected some key players for the Rams to take. And the key player he picked for the first round is Colston Loveland. And for Colston Loveland, Loveland is an ideal pick for the Rams at 26. Without a clear-cut need, LA could use a big-body tight end to eventually replace Tyler Higbee. Loveland can catch and block at the position, and he unlocks a new level of McVay's offense. We all know about Sean McVay. He's the creator, the mastermind, one of the best offensive play callers in the league. Probably Andy Reid, Sean McVay, the best 2 offensive play callers in the league. And for Loveland, he was a finalist for the John Mackey Award, obviously with Tyler Bourne winning it. He did miss time with a shoulder injury in 2024. Although previously he's never missed time with any injuries, he did win the national championship with Michigan in the 2023 college football season with J.J. McCarthy at the helm. Some of his strengths is that he can run any route on the route tree. He has sure hands. But a weakness is that he does have a lack of speed in the open field, which can be a problem for tight ends in the NFL. The main thing, though, is that he's 6'6", 248 pounds. So key for them. Second team all Big Ten as well, as Tyler Bourne obviously being on the first team right there. Great size for both of these players. And now, actually, if we get to look at his stats right here, Colston Loveland, 56 catches, 582 yards, 10.4 yards per catch, and 5 touchdowns. Again, did miss a couple games with the shoulder injury, so the yards and targets would be higher if he played the entire season. Loveland is still a good red zone threat. A little taller, around, 8 pounds lighter, but again, 248 to 256. Weight will not be an issue for either of these players going into the next level. And now if you look at the guy that they're trying to replace in Tyler Higbee, we got his stats up here. He is 32, going to turn 33 during the season. Again, he has good size too at 6'6". Last year, not really a full sample size, only playing 3 games, 12 targets, 8 catches. Again, though, 2 touchdowns in those 3 games, as Higbee has been a key red zone threat for Matthew Stafford, was key in the Super Bowl run, and definitely will play a key part no matter who the Rams take if they want to get back to the Super Bowl using the 2 tight end set. And with this, we have 2 possible tight ends for the Rams to take. And I want you to leave in the comments down below, should the Rams trade some of their draft picks for now and potentially in 2026 to move up for the generational Tyler Bourne? Or do the Rams stay back at 26 to land what looks to be another quality tight end in Colston Loveland? I would love to hear your comments down below. I'll be looking. I'll be responding because I want to know what the fans think. Because right now, from what I've seen, the fans are a bit divided on this issue. Now we're going to wrap up the video with a bit of a wholesome topic, and it is with the Rams draft house. We know every year the Rams the last few years have gone a little bit viral for their stunning draft houses in the Hollywood Hills. However, this year, They're taking a really, really sentimental tone with their draft house right now. And as we get this going here, the Rams once again are on the move for the NFL draft. But for the first time in 5 years, Coach Sean McVay and General Manager Snead will not make their picks from a luxury house transformed into a Rams draft-centric house. The Rams will conduct the April 24th to 26th draft from the Los Angeles Fire Department Air Operations Headquarters in Van Nuys, the team announced on Thursday. And this is just an absolutely amazing move. Obviously, the first responders being so key to the city of LA. They always are. But this year, especially first responders in any city, very, very important. Always respect them. And they had to deal with so much this past January with all the fires that went on in LA. And doing this, really giving them their shine, their moment. It's just awesome. Maybe, potentially, this has not been confirmed, the firefighters, who knows? And first responders may be in the room as well, just chilling. Won't really have a say in any of the picks. That would be awesome to see for the Rams. And Sean McVay will host an episode of Chalk Talk with some first responders as well before day 2 of the draft. Chalk Talk is another Rams podcast that Sean McVay hosts from time to time. And this is awesome. And this is what the Rams president of operations had to say about this, stunning move from them into drafting from LAFD Air Operations is a powerful reminder of what it means to represent Los Angeles. Since the wildfires devastated our region in January, we have looked to bring LA together to help with the recovery efforts, raise the spirits of those impacted, and shine a light on our first responders. We are humbled to partner with LAFD during one of the NFL's biggest moments to express gratitude for those who risk their lives daily to protect our city. And again, awesome, awesome move right there, having the draft in the LAFD building. It's awesome. I'm sure it's a very nice building as well, so who knows? There could be some special air shows. We'll see what the Rams have in store. It will be absolutely amazing, none the less. And now if we look here, the facility will still remain open during the draft. The team says since 2021, the homes of Malibu, Hollywood Hills, and the San Fernando Valley and Hermosa Beach have served as the Rams draft locale in all very, very nice areas of Los Angeles. In the wake of the fires, the Rams opted to the fire station as a way of showing commitment to the community, resilience, honoring first responders who protect the city they call home. And this is amazing, and the Rams have already donated as well over $2 million to fire relief, which is just great to see sports teams in the cities where these natural disasters happen to keep donating and keep supporting the city. Classy move by the Rams. I'm for it. I'm sure you're for it. And like this video right now to show support for the LAFD and all first responders. And that is it for this episode of Rams Digest. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my new face on camera. You'll be seeing a lot more of me. Still be seeing Josh. We're looking forward to giving you some new content. Some new ideas coming soon. Some big things coming soon. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And leave in the comments down below Tyler Bourne or Colston Loveland. I can't wait to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to responding. That's all for this episode. And I'll see you soon for another episode of Rams Digest.